Hey, what is up, guys? Flex Media here, bringing you yet another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. So if you have not heard or opened your game, this was just recently, so number one, we got a data download and actually an app update. But this, his card, from what I can tell, is not, at least according to DBZ Space, is not in the game files yet. But we do, however, have like, he's got to be in the game files. I just couldn't find him. So February 17th, this banner is going to release, and this is, of course, LR Godku. Now, he's from the Resurrection F arc, the arc of the anime, technically, because he's not on Movie Heroes, which is interesting. I think one of his super attacks is from the movie, so it's okay. I mean, Movie Heroes is pretty strong anyway. He, of course, would have been a great buff to it. But this is our guy, so let's kind of look at him. So he is a Pure Saiyans and a Hybrid Saiyans category leader at Key 4 and 130 to stats. Now this is significant. The reason why this is significant is he is the only card in the game that I know of anyway that leads a category that he himself is not on. So of course he's a Pure Saiyan and not a Hybrid Saiyan. So the teams you could make with him as the leader are, geez, pretty endless. I mean, really. So, like, for instance, you could run him and the STR Kaioken Goku, let's say, as a rotation. And then on the other rotation, you could run the SS4s. And then you could have, Tech Trunks or INT Future Gohan as a floater. Yeah, I mean, just, like, really crazy teams. So that's really cool, guys. I actually really like this card. I wish I had him on the JP side. I did summon for him, and I could not pull him. I think I went 300 stones and couldn't pull him. But anyway, his super attack, the Limit Breaker Kamehameha, that's his 12 key super, of course, greatly raises attack and defense for one turn and causes colossal damage, so nothing crazy there. Just a one turn buff, so that's nice. So he'll be good defensively after a super attack. But his 18 key super, which you should have no problem getting, which we'll go over in a minute, he's going to greatly raise attack and defense for 3 turns and cause mega colossal damage to the enemy and greatly lower defense. So getting a little 3-turn stack is actually really going to benefit him. The greatly lowering defense, I guess at least it's greatly lowering, but that's kind of just, you know, meh. I guess it would be good for Legendary Goku, because he can have his defense lowered. So, his passive skill is pretty good. So, attack plus 77%, just straight up. Then he gets Key 1 up to Key 5, and defense 11% up to 55% per Pure Saiyans or Hybrid Saiyans category ally. So, himself excluded. So, you need 5 additional Pure Saiyans or Hybrid Saiyans on the team. And then you have a high chance or a 50% chance of evading enemies' attack and performing a critical hit for 7 turns from the start of turn. So he's going to be exceptional in something like Super Battle Road, or even like Dokkan events, you know, 4 or 5 phase Dokkan events. He's going to be quite nasty. His links: Godly Power, Warrior Gods. So I mentioned that rotation earlier of he and the STR Kaioken Goku. They're going to share both of those, and Super Saiyan, and Kamehameha, and Over in a Flash. They're going to be really nice linking partners. And then he's got Shattering the Limit and Legendary Power. So if you get another unit on there with Shattering the Limit, you guys can tell, like, he's not going to have a problem getting that 18 key super. He's got a key +3 link and a key +2 link. And then if you're running him on his own team, let's just say you have all of his key links active, so at +5. So if you're running a double LR God Goku lead, that's 8. So he's going to start out with, is that 13 key? So not too tough to get his 18 key super. And his categories are actually a little limited. He's only on 4 categories: Realm of Gods, Pure Saiyans, Goku's Family, and Kamehameha. You know, however, these are like some of the best categories in the game, but still, you know, he's pretty dang good, right? So I would say his passive, so this attack 77%, is just a wee bit underwhelming. What you're going to notice if you ever get a chance to use him, at least use him as a friend lead, right? If you don't summon for him, which I would not summon for him if you're free to play. But attack 77% is not that crazy. you know, on the upper limits of his attack, if you get that 3-turn stack, I mean, I think he might yield you a 3 or 4 million attack stat. He's not going to get, unless you like load up with, you know, support and like do B-Pan active skill and all of those things. Like, I think maybe he could break 4 million. But anyway, guys, he's pretty dang good. I do like him, and he's got those high LR stats. So he's going to be good offensively and good defensively. He's just an overall, like, a really solid card. I wouldn't call him, like, a real, like, a must summon or, like, a very, very exceptional card. But he is quite good. So, actually, in the data download, we actually got a few more things that we're going to go over. So, number one, this banner, just before we sort of switch gears here, is complete trash, to be quite honest. It's got a lot of units that you guys probably already have. So it's got like Fizz Kaioken Goku, who's good, and it's got like the movie units like the God Goku and God Vegeta. It's got INT Beerus and STR Beerus. I mean, it's just meh. You know what I mean? It's not really. Oh, it's got Gowasu on it as a featured unit. Like, so like all of those cards are like, I guess they're decent. INT Beerus is trash, but like STR Beerus gets an easy A, which we'll go over as well. So like it's all like solid stuff, but like nothing that would really get you to summon. It's not like a top legendary summon where you've got more than one LR or like really good banner units on it. So anyway, guys, I've been over the banner. Go ahead and check out my video where we went over this banner. It was actually one of the first videos on the channel when it came out on the JP side back in November. It's just garbage. But anyway, let's kind of switch gears here and see what else we got. Hey, what is up, guys? So, here we are. So this guy is also getting an easy A. So you can see it right here. So February 17th, 2020 is when he's coming to Global. So the same time, get out of here, Delta. Come on. So the same time that banner drops, we're going to be getting this gentleman here. So this is our boy. This is we're going to only look at, for the sake of this video, we're only going to look at the Z abilities, right? So his leader skill is Tech, Int, and STR type, key 3, and then HP, attack, and defense 50%. So honestly, not too stellar, but you know the rest of him makes him pretty good. So his super attack, he's going to cause supreme damage and greatly lowers defense. You know, it's okay, right? Now, his passive skill is quite nice. He's the Worthy Rivals category support unit. So he is key 2, and then attack and defense 30%. So that is significant. The Worthy Rivals, up until this point, they do not have any true support units that are on the category. So that's really cool. And then he gets defense plus 100 and a high chance of attack 200%. So even with his high easy A stats, he's going to be, you know, if you don't get his attack 200% to activate, which more than likely, you know, it's basically a coin flip, right? So 50% chance you get it, 50% chance you don't. But even if you don't, he's still going to get you over 1 million attack stat, you know, at the rainbow level. So just a couple of things to you know keep in mind here. I would say I would still call Tech Beerus better if you ask me. You know, it is significant that he you know that he's a support unit, of course. But the Worthy Rivals category, you know, the thing is no one runs it. It's just because Piccolo leads it, right? Because no one has Piccolo, or very few of you summoned on Piccolo and actually pulled him. So if you did, congrats. But I doubt too many people went real deep on that banner. But anyway, so his links: Godly Power, Prodigies, Connoisseur, The Innocence, Shocking Speed, and Fierce Battle. So of course he's going to link up great with like LR Beerus and Whis. You know, and really any Whis unit he's going to link up fantastic with. So his categories: Realm of Gods, of course, Movie Bosses, Siblings Bond, Worthy Rivals, and then Bond of Master and Disciple. So I would call him, like I said, probably the second best Beerus card. And of course you're going to get his Easy A. We'll go look at his Easy A stats. So you're going to get him Extreme Z Awakened. by doing the Tech Beerus EZA event. So the metals you need, so you can see right here, you need 12 basically of all of them, right? So, well, actually you need 20 of the silver, it looks like. So there you go, guys. This is STR Beerus. He's pretty good. That EZA is weak to Realm of Gods, so that should be pretty easy for you. You know, basically run, you know, whatever Realm of Gods. I mean, if you have AGL Zamasu, definitely run him. You'll have type advantage. Well, you won't in that. I'm sorry, I misspoke. Run INT UI Goku because you will have type advantage against Tech Beerus because you're up against Tech Beerus in the EZA. But anyway, guys, we had a couple more things to go over, and I don't want to make this video too long, so we'll see you in a few. Hey, what is up? So here we are. Now, this guy, I really like. I have him on my JP account, so be expecting a showcase coming soon. But this guy is an awakening from the original 40% support unit, the support Gohan. I mean, it's the same card, he just gets an awakening, right? So, as you can see, the release date, February 17th, so, you know, the same time, right? We're getting, you know, multiple banners, and then we're also getting, you know, that Beerus EZA. So if you have not completed any of the other EZAs, keep it. Remember that the Gotenks EZAs are out. So make sure you go ahead and farm those up as well. So those are really good. Again, be expecting a showcase soon. I've been quite busy. So anyway, guys, let's go over this guy though. So this Kid Gohan, his leader skill. And this is current, so that his leader skill is INT type key 4, and then 120% to stats. So that extra key, man, is really cool. And then pretty much what's going to make him so dominant is his passive, but his super attack. He's also going to stack attack and defense and cause supreme damage, but he's going to stack it up for 9 turns, and he's raising it by 30%. So he's one of these units. I can tell you I've used him 100 times in the Legendary Goku event. He doesn't take damage, straight up. He just does not take damage. So running INT type units in that event is always, you know, you're never really going to be disadvantaged, because the only time in that event you have type disadvantage is the very first phase with just base form Goku. So he's so good in that event, and you can run him and not even bring any other INT type units. I mean, he's that good. Just him buffing himself, he's that good. He's good enough to run. But obviously, it's better if you do bring super type INT units. So his passive skill, INT type key 3 plus an additional attack and defense 50% for super INT type, and randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to INT key spheres, and then he's getting attack and defense 20% per key sphere. Wow. So not only is he stacking attack and defense for 9 turns by 30%, he's also getting attack and defense 20% per key sphere. And I do want to point out, I misspoke, this is super INT type up here. So just keep that in mind. So you would not be able to run like the next unit we're going to talk about on that mono team. So his links, Saiyan Lineage, Berserker, which is bizarre, Saiyan Warrior Race, The Innocence, Gaze of Respect, Prepared for Battle, and Shattering the Limit. So he's just overall, like, he's super good. He doesn't really have any amazing attack links. Obviously, I guess his best one would be Berserker, but you're never going to activate that. I suppose, technically, you could. If you had LR God Goku, you could run him and Broly, one of the Brolys on the same rotation. I suppose you could activate it. But more than likely, you could activate the Innocence. Gaze of Respect, he's going to share with, like, Piccolo units, so that's kind of weird. It's not weird, like, in context, but, like, when you're actually playing the game, there's not really, I guess, yeah, you can't even run them on rivals here. So anyway, let's go over the rest. Hybrid Saiyans, Planet Namek Saga, Dragon Ball Seekers, Goku's Family, Youth, and Bond of Master and Disciple. So he's going to fit in pretty well on all of those teams. So those are his stats. He's not going to be hitting insanely hard. Like, sometimes if you get him enough key spheres, he will. But, you know, he's not going to be hitting crazy hard. Not like, you know, he's not going to be doing like 4 million attack stats and stuff on the regular. But you'll usually get him, you know, 1.5 million, 2 million, something like that. So he's quite good, and defensively, he's just so stellar. So anyway, guys, let's go over the next unit. Hey, what is up? So I finally found this guy. But this is Saiyan's Limitless Potential Vegeta. Now, he is going to be sort of the extreme counterpart to the Gohan unit we just went over. So he is, of course, the extreme int type, key 4, and then 120 to stats. Again, very, very nice having that extra key. That's really cool. Now, his super attack, he's going to infinitely stack attack and cause supreme damage with a medium chance of stunning. So this thing where he stuns, man, that is really, really cool. I love units that stun because I love running Super Battle Road. And you guys know, if you've run SBR, having units that stun are so, so helpful. Completely just disabling them for a whole turn, or potentially the whole entire next turn, is just so handy, right? And then, of course, that infinite stack is great. So this is one who's going to be hitting real, real hard. So anyway, int type, key 3, plus an additional attack and defense 50% for extreme int type. And he's going to randomly change key spheres of a certain type to int key spheres, and attack and defense 20% per key sphere obtained. So, like, deep into the Legendary Goku event, if you've stacked him up a bunch of times, he's going to be hitting very, very hard. And I'm going to go ahead and say I think he's going to, you know, a unit he might link up well with would be like Int Janemba, like, you know. So he's going to share, I think Int Janemba either has Brutal Beatdown or Nightmare. I don't believe he has both. And Big Bad Bosses, so that's really cool. And then he'll be giving him 50% attack and defense. So anyway, his links: Saiyan Warrior Race, Royal Lineage, Big Bad Bosses, Prodigies, Nightmare, Brutal Beatdown, and Shattering the Limit. His categories: Planet Namek Saga, Pure Saiyans, Dragon Ball Seekers, and Vegeta's Family. So honestly, he's going to fit in well on any one of those teams. There's a bunch of units you can use to farm his SA. I would say if you're going to summon on this banner, which you also have the potential of pulling LRs, I might add, any int type LR you can pull on this banner. Just keep in mind, it's a blue coin banner, but if you do summon, which I think I'm probably going to, I'm going to throw a few multis, because I would love to get just one copy of each. I think one copy is all you need. I don't think you need to go crazy. And then the potential I'd have to pull the GT Trio or Bojack or Int Gohan. I can actually use all three of those LRs. So that would be really, really cool. You know, the only Int one you wouldn't be able to pull would be Int God Goku. If I'm forgetting one, I apologize. But those three in particular I definitely need, especially the GT Trio. So that would be really, really cool. So this, again, so these banners, they're blue coin. They have every single int type unit in the game on them. So one other bit of news that I want to go over, I actually already made a video about it in anticipation of this. So the next piece of news is the Legendary Goku event is finally getting these missions that came to JP like forever ago. So this is really, really cool. So these missions are going to, number one, give you 5 stones, and then 5 summon tickets on the Goku banner. So, if you do not know, if you're very, very new to the game and you've never tried this, you can beat it free to play. However, some of these missions with these categories, you are going to struggle with if you're new. But I think that if you have a decent box, you're going to be able to do okay. So the ones in particular I think that you'll struggle with are Fusion. Fusion and Potara I think would be tough. You'd need a really stacked Potara team, I think, to get it done. Same thing with Fusion. Universal Survival Saga is not going to be easy either, but it's doable. Especially if you have STR, Kaioken Goku. You can one-shot Int UI Goku. So, anyway, let's kind of go over this, though. So, these missions right here, the defeat Goku in Phase 1, and then all the way down to UI, I'm not entirely sure if they reset. I don't know. I'm not sure. I think maybe they do. Because if you look at this little Japanese flag indicating the JP side of the game, it looks as though it's exclusive to the JP side of the game. So that tells me that they do reset. So you'll actually get a few extra stones in addition to these stones for the categories. And if guys, if you have not, if you're unfamiliar with this, go ahead. I made a video. It's just simply, you know, it's a part 1 of 2. I actually need to make part 2. Part 2 is probably going to be just me running these teams. But go ahead and go check it out, man. It's full team breakdowns of units you can use. But Fusion, Patara, Hybrid Saiyans, Universal Survival Saga, Realm of Gods, Pure Saiyans, Full Power, Transformation Boost, Movie Heroes, and Movie Bosses. Now, a couple of these teams are very limited with the units that stack defense, which is primarily what you want to use. But like Full Power, you shouldn't have a problem. You could get that done with a Kamehameha team. Same thing with Transformation Boost, actually. You wouldn't have to use STR Transforming Boo. And you wouldn't have to use Full Power Goku. Well, Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And you wouldn't have to use Fizz Broly either. So movie bosses will be tough, but if you end up pulling STR Cooler, you can definitely get that one done. No question about it. His banner should be coming, I would wager, at the end of the month. These banners will have to, you know, they'll have to do for a while. But anyway, guys, I think that is all of the news that I can think of. So if you guys enjoy news-related videos and kind of going over what the future holds for Dokkan and the global side of the game, go ahead and slap a like on the video. It really helps support my channel. Consider subscribing if you're new. I'm bringing you guys content every day, and I love all you guys. Thank you for the support, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later.